Freddie Mercury was an icon, a performer so magnetic, so undeniably gifted that he transcended generations. His influence echoing across decades. He was a showman, a storyteller, a musical genius whose contributions to Queen and to music are immeasurable. However, before he graced the world stage, before he captivated millions with his powerful vocals and larger-than-life persona, there was a moment, a pivotal point in his journey that many may not know about. It's a tale of a chance encounter, a catalyst that led to the formation of one of the most legendary bands in history. It was just another gig, a small club, dim lights, a half-empty room. Then he walked in, not on stage, not with a band, but from the back. Leather coat, wild hair, eyes blazing with belief, walking straight up to the musicians and saying, "You're brilliant, but you should be more dramatic. More lights, more sound, more everything." And when they looked at him, confused, skeptical, he smiled and said, "Well, I'm a singer, darling. I'm a singer." That man was Freddie Mercury. And at that moment, he wasn't a legend. He wasn't even in a band. He was just a fan, a dreamer, a man with a voice too big for silence. But in that single sentence, "I'll sing for you," the world changed. Because without that moment, there would be no Queen, no Bohemian Rhapsody, no Live Aid, no Crown, no Roar. Just three guys wondering what to do next, until one unforgettable man stepped into the spotlight and told them how to become immortal. The year was 1970, a time when London's music scene was a vibrant mix of raw rock and fading psychedelia. Bands clamored for attention in crowded clubs, hoping their unique sound would be the next big thing. Among them were Roger Taylor and Brian May, two friends who, along with a bassist named Tim Staffel, formed a band called Smile. Their music was good, a mix of hard rock and whimsical melodies, held together by Roger's powerful drumming and Brian's innovative guitar work. But something was missing, a charismatic frontman who could lead them to the top. It wasn't just about finding a singer, it was about finding a storyteller, someone who could channel their music into a theatrical experience. Then fate intervened. Enter Freddie Bulsara, a young man who, despite having a seemingly ordinary day job at a department store, harbored dreams of becoming a musician. What sets this story apart is that Freddie wasn't just another aspiring artist looking for a break. He was a devoted fan of Smile. And while some people might see a fan meeting their favorite band as a simple moment of admiration, this was different. Freddie had an idea, a vision for Smile that went beyond their current sound. And when the opportunity presented itself, he didn't hesitate to seize it. He attended their shows, soaking in their music, observing their stage presence, and waiting for his chance to speak with them. When he finally got that chance, he didn't waste it. He told them what he admired, but also what he believed they could improve. He talked about adding more theatrics, more lighting, more sound effects, pushing their music to new heights. At first, Brian and Roger probably saw him as just another enthusiastic fan. Maybe a bit overzealous, but well-meaning nonetheless. But Freddie didn't care. He was driven by a singular passion, a belief in their music, and a conviction that he could help them reach their full potential. Their initial reaction was likely a mixture of amusement and skepticism. How could this guy who worked at a department store tell them how to improve? He didn't play an instrument, he didn't write songs, and he didn't have any formal music industry connections. But Freddie didn't let that discourage him. He saw something special in Smile, a diamond in the rough that needed polishing, a songbird waiting to take flight. After several encounters, Freddie finally worked up the courage to ask if he could join them, to bring his ideas to the table and, most importantly, to sing. Brian and Roger must have been taken aback. The idea of a lead singer who is just a fan was unconventional to say the least. But when they heard Freddie's voice, when they saw the passion behind those wide, hopeful eyes, they knew they had to take a chance. When Freddie joined the band, it wasn't just a change in lineup, it was a shift in energy. a jolt of electricity that transformed their sound and their outlook. Freddie brought a flamboyance to the stage that demanded attention. He poured his heart and soul into every performance. Whether it was the way he moved, the power in his voice, or the sheer magnetism of his stage presence, he was a natural-born performer. Brian May once said, "Oh my God, he was full of energy, always moving, screaming. His head-off fit was overwhelming, but impressive." It wasn't just Freddie's passion that set him apart. It was his voice, a powerhouse of raw talent. His ability to hit those soaring high notes while connecting with the audience on an emotional level was unmatched. As Freddie took center stage, the crowds loved him. They roared with laughter during his humorous interludes. They sang along to his anthems. And they watched in awe as he danced and pranced, bringing an unparalleled energy to their performances. In Freddie, they had found the missing piece of the puzzle. With him at the helm, they were no longer just Smile, a decent local band trying to make it big. They were Queen, a force to be reckoned with, ready to take the world by storm. The impact of Freddie's addition to the band was immediate. Their sound evolved into something grander, incorporating more theatrical elements, more complex harmonies, and more powerful instrumentals. They started playing to bigger crowds, drawing in fans who were eager to witness the spectacle that was Queen. The energy in their live shows crackled with excitement. Freddie's charisma, Brian's masterful guitar work, John Deacon's solid bass lines, and Roger Taylor's thunderous drums combined to create a sound that was uniquely Queen, a blend of hard rock, opera, pop, and theatrics. Freddie pushed them to experiment, to push the boundaries of what was expected of a rock band. He encouraged Brian to add classical touches, Roger to incorporate more complex time signatures, and John to experiment with his bass lines. Looking back, it's clear that Freddie was the driving force behind their evolution. If he hadn't dared to approach Brian and Roger, if he hadn't believed in their music enough to suggest ways to improve, Queen might have remained just another good band stuck in the underbelly of London's music scene. But because of Freddie's audacious move, they soared to unimaginable heights. So, the next time you listen to Queen, as you're swept up in the power of Freddie's voice or the genius of their songwriting, remember that it could have all been very different, if not for a fan who dared to believe in his band more than they believed in themselves. A fan who took a chance. A man who simply said, "I'll sing for you." In the annals of music history, there are moments that stand out as pivotal, moments that shaped the course of musical history. One such moment occurred in the modest setting of a small London club, when a young man named Freddie Mercury, brimming with passion and determination, approached a local band called Smile and offered to be their singer. This seemingly simple proposition marked the beginning of a journey that would culminate in the formation of one of the most iconic bands of all time. Queen. What sets this story apart is that it wasn't merely about a talented singer joining a band. It was about a fan turning his admiration into action. A devotee who didn't just appreciate the band's music, but sought to contribute to its growth. Freddie's story is one of unwavering passion, a testament to the power of believing in one's dreams and the audacity to turn those dreams into reality. His impact on the music world is undeniable, a legacy that continues to inspire aspiring artists and music lovers alike. So here's to the memory of Freddie Mercury, to his indomitable spirit, and to that fateful moment in a small London club when he simply said, "I'll sing for you." Thank you for watching.